Hello everyone, welcome to our next art lesson. We are going to be doing an art lesson that is going to require the following materials. You're going to need a pencil, you're going to need your bag of, your Ziploc bag of oil pastels, and a paper plate to put the oil pastels on. If you've misplaced your oil pastels and you cannot find them anywhere, or your dog ate it, or your cat swallowed them, or something happened to them, or your little brother got into them and used them all up, this can happen. That's okay. You can grab a set of crayons or a set of colored pencils. Just don't grab any color pens, okay? Because we're going to be doing for the second video, the second and last video, we are going to be doing watercolor. So please make sure you either use your oil pastels, crayons, or color pencils, okay? Then the other things you need are going to be a piece of warm-up paper, and then you're going to need a large piece of white construction paper. And lastly, I'd like you to get yourself, if you're going to be working with oil pastels, you're going to need a wet and dry paper towel. The wet and dry paper towel are just going to be for your fingers when you need to be wiping off and drying in between using different colors, okay? So I have a wet wipe over here, a dry wipe. Just make sure your wet wipe doesn't touch your paper. We don't want your paper to get ruined. So press pause, go get those things, and come on back. All right, Sam, you get ready to get going? Okay, I'm gonna show you Sam, and I'm gonna show you his workstation over here. Sam, you're gonna go over the things we need to keep in mind to have a positive mindset. Yeah? Sam's working on his Rubik's Cube over here. All right, Sam, go for it.
Number 1, always try your best. Number 2, if you get frustrated, take a deep breath, count to 10, take a deep breath, and try it again. Number 3, everyone's art will turn out differently. Your artwork is uniquely yours. Number 4, art is not perfect.
All right, thanks, buddy. All right, and remember, we are here to have fun. We are here to have a good time, and we are here to let out a creative outlet with our art, okay? All right, so I'm going to get going on explaining what we're going to do, okay? So I'm going to put my materials off to the side over here. We are going to become abstract expressionist artists today, with the theme being Valentine's Day. Okay, so let's talk about what abstract art is and what expressionist art is, okay? So, Sam, do you have any idea what those words mean, abstract or expressionist?
I know what expressionist means.
Okay.
They express their feelings, but I don't know what abstract means.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I know what it means, but can't really explain it.
Okay, that's all right. Well, you are definitely on with the expressionism. The expressionism movement, that was started because a lot of artists were wanting to show and express how they were feeling about an emotion, about anything that was going on with the world. So they, through their art, they used different techniques in order to show and express their emotions, okay? Now, you ready for me to go over abstract art?
Yep.
Okay, so abstract art is art that does not represent reality. So we're sitting here in the kitchen right now. We have a table in front of us. The reality of this room, if I were to draw this room, I would draw the kitchen with a table and the benches in here, and I could continue drawing the rest of the room just as it is, and that's realistic art, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so abstract art is art that doesn't represent reality, that doesn't represent something that we can see around us. So the whole focus of abstract art is typically on shapes and forms and colors and textures. And the point of abstract art is to express emotion with the way that we're drawing it. So if I'm drawing something and I use really dark, dreary colors, what emotion would I possibly be expressing? Okay, great. What? Oh, okay. Sammy wants you to see. This is the emotion he'd be expressing. Oh, okay.
I won't be telling it. I'll be like showing it with my body.
Showing. So that's your body language, okay? So what about word language? Using your words. So what kind of emotion would you be feeling if you had?
Mad.
Okay.
Glum. Goth.
glum, goth, so kind of dreary emotions. Now, what if I were to use really bright, vibrant colors? What do you think I might be feeling if I was using bright, vibrant colors?
Happy, excited, confident.
Awesome. Happy, excited, comforted. Okay, so what we're going to do...
Yeah.
Oh, confident. I'm sorry, I misheard you. Confident, happy, excited. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a Valentine's Day abstract art where we are expressing our emotions and how we feel about Valentine's Day and about the things that Valentine's Day represents. So what does Valentine's Day represent for you, Sam?
Free candy.
Free candy! Awesome! Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't have a crush yet, so it doesn't really mean anything to me except for free candy.
Okay. All right. So I get that. So it represents free candy to you because you don't have a crush yet. What does it make you feel toward your friends that you don't have a crush on? Because it doesn't have to be about crushes. Like when you are giving or receiving a Valentine's Day card with a friend.
Happy friendship.
Happy friendship? Okay. So that it can mean to you happy friendship. So when you are drawing today, the hearts that we're going to be drawing, I want you to think about how you're going to draw the hearts to express yourself and how you feel about Valentine's Day and what colors you're going to use to express how you feel about friendship and Valentine's Day. Okay? And that's everyone's goal today. We are going to be doing an abstract piece of art using our emotions to express ourselves. Okay? And using the shapes and the colors to express how we feel about Valentine's Day and what that represents to us. Okay? So I'm going to show you some abstract art right now of other people that have done what we're going to do. And these are great examples. You can see what we're going to do is we are going to divide our paper into 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good math word, right? And then in each quadrant, we are going to draw either a singular heart or multiple hearts. We could do overlapping hearts. We can do concentric hearts where we draw hearts inside of other hearts. That's another good math word, concentric. Okay, so here's a great example of a variety of ways to do your heart. Okay, I'm gonna pass this on to you. Do you want some water?
What? Water?
Do you need water? You can go grab water out of the fridge. I'm gonna pass it off to Sam so he can have some visuals. These are gonna be posted on Google Classroom for you to watch, or view, I should say. Here's another example, divided into 4 quadrants again, and different hearts. They are all pretty much the same size, but they are drawn slightly different, all colored in differently. And this person used the colors to express their emotion and how they feel. Here's another one, again, 4 quadrants. Are you guys getting a theme here? What do you think we're gonna have on our paper?
4 quadrants?
4 quadrants, you got it. Okay, here's another one. This one just has a bunch of color everywhere. It kind of reminds me of confetti. I'm going to put these over here for you.
Confetti.
Here we have some overlapping. We have, remember when we did the elephants, you guys? And we had the elephants that were behind and then the elephants up front. So we're overlapping. So you can use that technique here if you want to do overlapping hearts, a singular heart, and then multiple hearts that aren't touching here. This one's kind of cool because I like the way that this artist colored it in. It was just patches of color all over, and then those patches of color all connected.
Are we just going to do the warm-up or the whole thing?
What we're going to do today is we're going to draw the quadrants, we're going to plot out our hearts, and we're going to start to color in. Then the next video, I'd like you to come back with everything colored in, and then we're going to do the watercolor over it. We're going to do a watercolor effect.
Watercolor?
We're going to watercolor over it, yes.
I know.
Similar to the crayon resist that we did with the Marc Chagall. Okay. Okay, so this one is I really liked this one because this artist only used 2 colors. And this reminds me of when we did our tint and shade of our monsters earlier in the year. This artist used blue and then added white to make the blue lighter. And then possibly this artist only added white to make it lighter and lighter and lighter. It only works with paint if you're going to make it darker and darker to add black.
Remember what you, sometimes you would call it tint and tone?
I did.
Stuck in my head.
But I corrected myself because when I looked up the terms, I wasn't totally accurate on that. I think tint and shade is better accuracy. Okay, so we have our hearts here. This one just really called my attention here. I thought this one was really fun. So, but they all are beautiful in their own way. So these are going to be posted on Google Classroom. You can view them for inspiration. And otherwise, we're going to get started, okay? So you have your warm-up paper off to the side. We are going to use this warm-up paper not to practice. We're going to use this warm-up paper to clean off our oil pastels as we start coloring. So put your warm-up paper off to the side and then grab your pencil. Oh, Sam, can you go get me a pencil? I forgot one for me, please.
Sure, Joey wasn't planning the whole thing on the warm-up paper.
Oh, you were starting to plan on your warm-up paper?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to grab your pencil, and what do you think the very first thing I'm going to ask you to do is, Sam?
Well, let me think. Write your name.
Yes, please. Everyone, please write your name on the back, not the front, please on the back. Nice and neatly so I can read it really well.
Do it on the front.
Sam. If there are two people in your class that have the same name, will you please write your last name on the back as well? So go ahead and
or maybe just the beginning of your last name.
It could be the first initial also. I didn't think about that. You have two Santis in your class.
One of them's named Santi D. I'm Santi C.
I know, and I didn't think about that earlier. And now that I'm putting the portfolios together, I'm like, oh no, which Santi is this? Okay, so put your name on the back, flip it over, and you are gonna eye this. We are not looking for perfection. You're gonna eye it, and you're gonna create a T, a vertical line going down, and a horizontal line going across to make a quadrant, 4 quadrants on your paper. Okay, so start at the top and make your vertical line. You're just gonna do it nice and lightly, okay? We're not writing really hard, so just make your T coming down.
Hold on, this is how I would estimate the half. Okay, I want crayon pastel. 1, 2, 3 and a half of this. 1, 2.
Okay, awesome. So
I need to begin right here.
Sammy's doing a little bit of measuring. He's using his oil pastels to kind of try to get it in the middle. Okay, so straight line down, and then you're going to do a horizontal line across. And when you're done, you should have 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what you're going to do is you're going to design each quadrant however you'd like your hearts to be. I want you to do a light sketch. Okay? And I want the heart, at least 1 heart in each quadrant, and make 1 heart in each quadrant big enough to add some beautiful colors and design to, however you're going to do it. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and start. I think I'm going to do overlapping hearts in this one. So I'm going to do the heart that's going to be in the front first. And then I can do the heart that's going to be in the back of it over here. So I can go like this. I'm going to stop. I'm going to pick up my pencil. I'm going to do the motion of what the heart would look like. And then I'm going to put my pencil back down and continue my heart. These are overlapping hearts. So this is my heart in the front and my heart in the back. And then maybe I'll just add another floating heart up here. So I've designed 1 quadrant, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to show you where Sammy is. He's drawing super light, so I don't know if you can see it. Sammy's working on that quadrant right there, and I like how he's doing those little, what do you call those, Sammy? In those little bubbles, so you can have different shades of like it's like glistening off the heart up there. Is there a name for that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No? Okay. Oh, look at that. And then I like how Sammy's doing his hearts maybe not all facing the same direction. That's pretty clever. Okay, so Sammy's going to keep designing.
Like a little character like right here. that's hugging the heart.
Oh, okay. That sounds beautiful. All right, so everybody's just working. Everyone's doing their best. We are not writing any words. We are just working with shapes and form, color. This is abstract art, okay? So just go ahead. Ooh, maybe what I'll do on this one, do something like this, where I can kind of go in a circle. I'm making a circle of hearts, and they all the tips point inwards like that. Then maybe I'll do one more heart coming up over here. Okay, so I have 2 quadrants designed, and I'm going to go down to my lower quadrants, and I'm just going to keep going. Maybe I want to look, give me some inspiration. Anything call out at me? I already did overlapping hearts. What else could I use for inspiration? Ooh, I like the concentric hearts. I'm going to do this one right here, the concentric hearts. So I'm going to start with a small heart, and then I'm going to do a heart around it, and then I'm going to do a heart around that one, and then a heart around that one, and oh, I got to the edge of my quadrant here. I'm going to pick up my pencil, I'm going to come back down, I'm going to keep going, and I think I might just keep doing this all the way around until I take up the whole paper. Whoa. Okay, so I did concentric hearts. I started in the center of the hearts, and I just fanned out my concentric hearts all the way around. I could even keep going like this, and these could be, this could be the lines of the other hearts that were fanning out from the center. Okay, so I've done 3 quadrants, and I'm ready to do my last quadrant right here. I think in this one, I might just do a bunch of hearts that are kind of all over the place and overlapping. So I have this one up top. I have this one that's overlapping here. I can do one that's going to be on the top here.
Mom, I just found out the word.
What is it?
It's glare. For this.
That's a glare?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look, I just drew my little.
I love that. That's awesome. Remember, your details have to be big enough to be able to color in with your oil pastels. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I think you're doing awesome. Just keep it in mind. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. I think I'm just going to keep adding some more hearts. This heart's going off the paper like this. This heart's coming around like this. Okay? You can do all different kinds of stuff. I'm doing a lot more overlapping. This one goes off the paper as well. Okay? If you need to, if your strategy is to go, if you're trying to do overlapping, but visually it's hard for your eyes to follow the pencil, you can go ahead and just make the full heart like this, and then you can come in with your eraser and erase the one that you want to be behind, where the overlapping is happening. Okay, I can just keep going with a bunch of fun hearts here, all over my paper. Maybe one more up here, kind of going off the paper. Maybe I want to make this a little bit a different angle. Okay, so I have drawn all my hearts. I have 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3, 4. I use different techniques that we've used throughout the years at Loma Vista, and different techniques that we had, the overlapping techniques that we've used earlier in the year with the elephant lesson. The concentric hearts right here, I remember back in 3rd grade, we did a concentric heart lesson for Valentine's Day. So we've done this in the past. So it's kind of nice to bring skills back into play. And next thing we're gonna do step number 2. Sammy's still working, and you might still be working on designing all your different quadrants. That's beautiful. Very, very, very fun. Okay, so can I show them where you are, Sam?
Cool. Yeah. Wait, I gotta draw this guy's eyes.
Okay, so Sam's really kind of going a little bit above what
That was upside down.
Sorry, Sam's just doing a little bit more details here, which is totally fine. And it's just going to take him a little bit more time. I'm going to keep going, Sam, okay? Because I do want to get into the coloring.
Okay. And
then you can work on this a little bit later, and then we can do video 2 once we're all done adding the color.
okay.
I really want to remind you that you have to do the details really big. Look, honey, you have to do the details really big because the oil pastels take up a lot of space when you're coloring in. It's not as precise as when you're using pencils, color pencils, and crayons. Okay? So make them big. Okay? All right, everybody, let's get started. We are going to open up our oil pastel Ziploc, and we're going to put everything on our paper plate. Make sure you have your wipey and your dry wipe off to the side and not touching your paper because you don't want your paper to get wet, and just use this as needed as you're going through as you're coloring. So press the pause button right now if you have not completed designing your 4 quadrants, and come back to me, press play once you are ready to start coloring in.
Pause.
Sammy's pausing me. If you need to come back to this lesson on another day because you're taking more time to design your quadrants, remember you're at about 22 minutes right now. And then when you come back on to press the video again, you can fast forward to 22 minutes in, and then you'll pick up with the coloring with me, okay? That is an option.
It's like a shooting heart.
Shooting heart, okay. All right, we're gonna get started. So you need your warm-up paper because you're gonna need your warm-up paper to clean up your oil pastels. So look at my orange. Look at, you can barely even tell this is orange, but it is, I promise. It is just caked in all the other colors that it's been touching. So all your really light colors are gonna have a bunch of dark on them. So the most important part here is you want your tip and all around your tip to be cleaned off. So you're just gonna take your warm-up paper and you're gonna use it to just kind of clean up the tip and all around the tip and get the black cookie stuff off, okay? So go ahead and do that. And you can do that as you're working with each color individually. You don't need to clean them all up right now. Like, I don't expect you to clean up your whole plate. Just the color you're working with. And as you go through in your coloring, you might put down the orange and then come back later to pick up the orange and notice that your orange is in fact smudged again with another color, either from touching the plate or from going on touching colors while you were actually coloring with it. So make sure before you use every color, you look at the tip where you're going to be working and you clean it off with your warm-up paper, okay? So I want you to choose the colors that represent the emotion that you feel toward what Valentine's Day represents for you. And I want you to, Sammy, you're cracking me up.
What? This is serious.
I think I'm gonna have to advise you not to use oil pastels and to use crayons instead.
Yeah.
Because your details are getting tiny, okay? Which is totally fine. Which is totally fine. Okay, so think of the colors that you're gonna be using, and you know what? This is a lesson for all of you too. Look, if you started doing some details that just got too small, then you might need to switch from oil pastels to crayons or color pencils in order to get your small details, okay? And that's fine. We're gonna be flexible. All right, so when I think of Valentine's Day, it makes me happy to celebrate love and friendship. So when I think of love and happiness and friendship and joy and giving, those things make my heart feel really light and fluttery. And the colors that I think of are really bright and vibrant when I think of those things, like reds and pinks and purples and blues and greens, and it just really bright versions of all those colors. I don't think of brown or black or gray or anything that's really, really dark and dreary. So I'm gonna choose the colors that make me think of and that represent how I feel. So, because I'm going to be expressing myself, because I'm going to be acting as an expressionist artist and an abstract artist right now with my hearts. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. When you're using oil pastels, you want to make sure that you don't smudge as you're going along, because we put our hands down as we color. So if you're right-handed like I am, you are going to start at the top left quadrant, and you're going to work your way from left to right, and then you're going to come down and work your way from left to right. If you're left-handed, you're going to start on the right side, the right upper quadrant, and you're going to work your way from right to left, and then you're going to come down and work your way right to left. So I'll say it one more time, and you can rewind if you need to really strategize the best way not to smudge your paper. If you're right-handed, start at the left and work your way to the right. Come down, start at the left, work your way to the right. If you're left-handed, start at the right top and work your way to the left. Come down, start at the right bottom and work your way to the left. Okay? The other strategy is shifting the paper around as you're coloring so you do not smudge with this part of your hand. Make sure you're not smudging, okay? All right, let's get started. You go ahead and pick whatever color you want. Pick wherever you want in the quadrant that you're going to start with. Right-handed friends, we're going to start here. Left-handed friends, we're starting here. So let's get going. So I'm going to do this heart right here, pink. I already cleaned off my pink. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you're going to notice with really light colors, you're going to see your pencil mark. So I'm going to tell you, once we're done coloring in this quadrant right here, together as a class, we're going to color in one quadrant. When we're done coloring in the quadrant, I'm going to show you what we can do to make those pencil lines go away. So I'm working making sure I'm coloring in and I'm not leaving any white. Okay, I'm not leaving any white. I don't want to see any little random little places where it's white because you didn't color it in. It's a different story if you're intending for a section to be white. That's different. I'm just talking about really taking your time and coloring it all in. Now, I have a bunch of oil pastels that have flaked off. So I'm going to, instead of wiping, because wiping will potentially smudge, I'm going to blow, right? I can even go like this with my finger and pick it up with the tip of my finger, but I'm not going to brush it off. I can blow again. Okay? And now I'm going to go with another color. So I love yellow. Yellow makes me super happy.
Love
right?
Valentine's Day.
It makes me happy. I love yellow. Okay, so look, I got all that black off of my yellow. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna color in another heart yellow. As I'm coloring, it's shaking my platform, and so it's a little shaky. You guys are seeing a little bit of shaky. But do you see how I'm kind of shifting the paper around to make sure I don't smudge? I'm right-handed, so I started up here in the top left-hand corner, so I'm not smudging on my art.
Do bunnies have necks?
But yes. Okay, I'm gonna pick another color. I have out this beautiful lime green. I'm gonna just kind of clean it off over here off to the side. And I'm gonna do another heart. I think I'm gonna work my way in a circle. Okay, so you can do a bunch of things, okay? Look at this. This person used a ton of colors in one heart. You can do that. Here, there's some shading going on in this heart, so it's blue, and then they added white, and they kind of smudged it all together. You can do something like that. Here is several colors in one heart. Again, several colors in one heart. This one was that confetti one I was telling you about. These ones are...
the confetti one.
You like the confetti one?
Mm-hmm.
These ones are more of one color, as are these, okay? But it's, you know, these are more done all in mostly watercolor. Okay, so maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some of this heart in green, this lime green, and then maybe I'll do some of it in this dark green over here. And then maybe I'll even do some of it in orange. And I've already cleaned off my orange. But I'm touching the green, so it's kind of smudging a little bit, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. Another effect you could use if you wanted to do some more actual smudging is you could take the side, like the corner of your dry paper towel, and you can do kind of what we did with the snowman when we did the smudging. Do you remember doing that when we were doing the shading?
The snowman, yeah.
And we were doing the shading to add value to it, to give it a 3D look for the shadow.
Yeah.
We smudged. So you can do some smudging effect. So I just smudged this one. Okay, so that's intentional smudging. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I think I'll do some purple over here, and maybe I'll even add some blue. Maybe I'll do some purple and blue. Okay. Maybe I'll go like this, and I'll add some blue to it like this. And I can keep going. Kind of making stripes.
Did you guys hear that vibration? Sorry about that. My mom's phone was just ringing. Trying to get it stopped.
Did you recognize the number?
No.
Ah, okay, that's fine. Okay.
It was Sarah's from a friend Emma.
Oh, okay.
It was one of Sarah's friends.
It's messenger kids. All right, so we're all coloring right now. Those of us who are using oil pastels, you're being really careful not to smudge unless you are intending to smudge. Some of you might be coloring with crayons, some you might be coloring with color pencils. Remember, we're staying away from markers because we're going to be doing a watercolor effect at the end. Doesn't really work very well with markers at all. So let's stay away from markers. All right. Sometimes we have no parameters in art, and sometimes we do have parameters in art. And
what are parameters?
Parameters are boundaries. They are what you are allowed and not allowed to do.
Do we have parameters here?
The parameters are, the one thing that I don't want you to use are what do you call it? Pens. Okay, and then this one, I think I'll do some red. And then maybe what I'll do with this one is maybe I'll shade some on the top. Okay, so everybody's working right now. You're working on coloring. Sammy's still designing. You about ready to get to your next quadrant or what, honey?
Not yet. These are heart planets, and everybody, so they're in space.
Oh my goodness.
Time in space, but the planets and everything, planets, comets, are hearts.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Okay. All right, maybe I'll see what I can do about layering. Maybe I'll do some pink on top of this.
Mom, can I do
red.
a word bubble?
Nope, no words.
No words in it.
Nope, nope, we're not.
Heart inside of the word bubble?
No, we're not doing word bubbles. Nope. Nope. That is one of the parameters.
Dang, I was gonna do
outside of the boundaries of what's allowed.
I was gonna do a word bubble with just no words, just a heart in it.
So I've decided I did red, and then I did some pink on top, And then over here I did pink, and now I'm gonna do some red on top. Kind of layering. And then maybe I'll do a little bit of smudging here.
It's weird that I've been drawing the same exact quadrant this whole time. I love it.
But as long as you're having a good time. I have to be really careful.
Oh, I thought you would say like to move on, because you usually say that like about now. But...
Well, it just means that you're going to be working on this a little bit later on your own. That's all.
That's fine.
Okay, so I finished my hearts, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color in the background. And myself, I have chosen that I'm going to use one color to color in the background, and I'm going to use this darker green. And I'm going to color in the whole quadrant using it, okay? So one idea is just to use one whole color, or if you'd like, it's really up to you. This person right here did some lines, and then they did colors around it. Same thing here. Same the confetti look. So you decide how you're gonna do it. The other thing that you could do is you know what? I'm gonna change my mind. How about this? For the background, kind of like what we did for the Marc Chagall, for the background, we are going to just do a little bit of it with our color pastel, our oil pastels or our pencils or crayons, and then we're going to leave some of it white so that when we do the watercolor takes over the white. So how about that? Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe I'll just do like that, and I'll just do like a bunch of colors.
It goes. Literally, like seriously, you're our teacher.
Okay.
Virtual teacher, that video teacher.
Video teacher, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna do a bunch of little.
Mom?
Yeah.
Is this a private YouTube video, or can it go out to the public, like the whole world?
I don't care who sees it. I don't make it private.
If it's public to the whole world,
Yeah.
then you could have some random subscriber subscribe to your channel
Yeah.
and just randomly watching you teach art projects.
Well, you know, I don't really mind if someone thinks that they can get some good ideas off of
Yeah,
here.
that's super cool.
Okay, so I think I might be done. Maybe I'll do another blue here and another yellow here. Okay, so I just finished this quadrant right here, and I've decided that I think the best thing for us to do is to leave some white background when we are doing our coloring, so that when we watercolor over it, those watercolors take on the white background, okay? So let's do that. Now, the last thing I told you we were gonna do is we were going to try to hide the pencil lines, okay? So to hide the pencil lines, what we're gonna do is we're gonna trace. This person traced in black. This one did it in black. Oh man, maybe all of them did it in black. But what I was gonna kind of encourage you to do, they all did it in black. Okay. What I was gonna encourage you to do is you could do some of them in black, and then others you could use darker colors, like purple.
Wait, they're darker the colors
or
than
blue.
Black?
Darker colors than similar to the darkness of black. So I find that like all your cool colors are darker. So cool colors are these three right here. Blue, purple, and green. Those are our cool colors. Have we done a cool color lesson yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you can use these cool colors, or you can use black, or you can do a combination and you can outline your heart. So I think I'll do, like for instance here on this one, I'm gonna do purple to outline. And then maybe I might do black over here. See how I'm shifting my paper so I don't smudge? Okay. We're almost done with the video, okay? Then I could even do, this isn't a cool color, this is actually a warm color, but I could do red here. Okay, and I could do green over here, maybe the darker green. Okay, we're gonna start wrapping it up though. And maybe I'll do black around my red heart. All right. So what we're gonna do is we are going to finish all 4 quadrants. And then the very last thing you're gonna do with your black or any color you choose that is you know, on the dark to make it pop, you are going to do your quadrant lines, okay? I'm just gonna do this one right here because this is what I've done, my box right here, okay? But you're gonna do it to all of them, okay? So you're gonna finish with your oil pastel or your crayon or your color pencil, and you're gonna do all 4 quadrants. You're gonna leave the background behind your hearts. You're gonna leave that white, and you can add some colors around it, but you're not gonna color it totally in. And then when we come back for video number 2, we are gonna use watercolor, and we're gonna wrap it up. So what I'd like you to do is put all your supplies away. I want you to put your oil pastels into your Ziploc bag to clean up. Zip up your Ziploc bag.
We're finishing?
We're wrapping up.
Okay. Can I show them my experience?
Sure.
So far.
So this is Sammy's.
And it's
So,
all the cube.
and solve the cube, he said. All right, so here is Sammy's quadrant right here, and he's gonna have to take the time and do his 3 other quadrants, okay? Beautiful, Sammy, thank you. That's super creative. I love how you're expressing yourself through your art.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna put this in a safe place. You're gonna put your warm-up paper on top of it. You're gonna paper clip it together. Oops, that's okay. Can you turn it back on?
Yep.
You're gonna paper clip your warm-up paper with your artwork. You're gonna put your oil pastels in your paper plate in a safe place. Put your pencil away, and you're gonna have this completely done before you watch video number 2, which is the last video. It'll be a very quick, short video. So good luck, and can't wait to see your finished products. And take your time and enjoy yourself. And we will see you for the next video.
Bye.